A very good evening to all of you, friends. A very good evening to all of you. Welcome to BYJU'S exam prep. In this session, I'm going to discuss with you property, succession, and inheritance. The laws relating to property, succession, and inheritance insofar as Hindus, Muslims, Christians, and Parsi community is concerned. So, a warm and a hearty welcome to each and every one of you. Welcome to BYJU'S exam prep. So, friends, today, before I begin, I'm sure that since you guys are studying in class 11th, and it is absolutely important for you insofar as the syllabus of class 11th is concerned to have a good understanding of the law relating to property, succession, and inheritance. I bring to you this exclusive live session wherein we shall be discussing these very important law in detail, and definitely we shall have a quiz at the end of the session. So guys, are we all ready for today's session? But before that, BYJU'S exam prep brings to you CLAT 2024 crash course. There will be 20 plus power-packed live sessions covering all sections that are quizzed in your CLAT entrance examination by all the faculties at BYJU'S exam prep. So this is a particular course that we have launched. This will be available in our YouTube platform starting from the 1st of November 2023, wherein we shall discuss some very important question answers, some strategies, as well as very important theories which are important for cracking CLAT 2024. So do not forget to join us for this crash course, which is absolutely free of cost for you guys. So first, let's understand the concept of property, inheritance. Now, if a person dies, suppose a person, Mr. A, dies, what happens to his property? Let's understand that concept first. Now, if a person has made a will, then the property goes in accordance with the will. Now, suppose a person dies without leaving a will. Without leaving a will. Now, what happens in that circumstances? So the rules relating to interstate succession. Now, interstate means a person who has died without a will. A person died without a will. Okay? Without a will. Now, if a person dies, writing down everything that after I die, my property X will go to A, my property Y will go to B, my property Z will go to C, then it is done according to the will. But if a man has died without leaving a will, what happens under the Hindu law, and especially insofar as Hindu male is concerned? First, the property shall equally be divided into the mother, wife, son, and daughter. So, if Mr. A dies, so the property of A will be equally distributed between the mother, the wife, son, and daughter. So, if there is one son, no daughter, then it will be divided between the mother, wife, and son. If there is a daughter, there will be equal distribution. Okay, equal distribution. So, if A dies, then the mother gets 1/4, wife gets 1/4, son gets 1/4, and the daughter gets 1/4 of the property. Now, suppose the mother is dead, wife has died, son has died, and the daughter is also dead, then what happens? Then it goes to the father, brothers, sisters, their children, maternal and paternal uncles, aunts, maternal and paternal grandfather, grandmother, etc. So in case, now please try to understand, class 1 legal heir, class 1 legal heir insofar as a Hindu male is concerned is the mother, wife, son and daughter. Now, if the mother, son, daughter and the wife is not there, if a person is not married and has died and the mother of that deceased is also dead, then it goes to the father, brother, sister, their children, maternal and paternal uncles, aunts, maternal and paternal grandfathers, grandmothers. Only in that circumstances. Am I clear to each and every one of you? Have I made myself clear to each and every one of you? Okay. So you have to understand the rules of interstate succession insofar as Hindu male is concerned. Okay. Now, let's now consider this chart. A male who is dead. Now, who gets equal proportion? The wife, son, daughter and mother. This is the class 1 legal heir. Now, class 2 legal heir is the father and then sons, daughter's son, sons, daughter's daughter, brother, sister, maternal grandfather, maternal grandmother. Only in case wife is not there, son is not there, daughter is not there and the mother is not there. Am I clear to everyone? Is that being clear to each and every one of you? So guys, if you are understanding, do say a yes. Okay. So I hope that things are clear, because these are very technical issues insofar as the Hindu Succession Act is concerned. Now let's understand this in a little detailed manner. Now, the first condition is the fact that class 2 legal heir inherit property in the absence of class 1 legal heir. So in case a Hindu man, Hindu male dies, first legal heir is the mother, wife, son and daughter. In case none of them are there, if there are no first class 1 legal heir, only then it goes to class 2. For example, son of a great-grandson, son, grandson, great-grandson being dead, only then it will go to class 2 legal heir. If the son, his son, they are all dead, only then it will go to the class 2 legal heir. Am I clear? So in the above diagram, S is the son of P, SS is the son of S and grandson of P. SSS is the son of SS and the great grandson of P. So SSS1 is the son of SSS. So if you see this particular, so sons SSS, sons, daughter's daughter. When will they get the property? In case wife is not there, son is not there, daughter is not there and mother is not there. So class 2 legal heir, property goes to class 2 legal heir if this class 1 legal heir all are dead. Am I clear? This is very, very important. You have to understand this. So we have discussed in this particular slide the detailed information insofar as how the property rights devolves in the absence when the class 1 legal heir is not live. If the class 1 legal heir is alive, it goes to the class 1 legal heir. There is no doubt about it. But in case the class 1 legal heir is not alive, then what? Is that clear? Have I made myself clear? Okay. Now, one very important thing over here is that no female has intervened in between. Now, that is something that the Hindu Succession Act also deals with. That in case no female, there should not be any son, grandson, great grandson, great grandson. So, there should not be any female in between. If there is a female, it traces back. Is that clear? It traces back to the class 2 legal heir. Class 1 legal heir is son, then his son, then his son. It goes on like that. That is how inheritance of the Hindu property goes. In case there is a daughter, she gets married, then the inheritance stops because it has to relate back. These are all technical things. I'm sure that you will be taught in details about all these things. Condition 2. In case class 1 and class 2 and agnates are absent, then it goes to cogents. Now, who are cogents? P, F, FM, FM1. Father of paternal grandmother. Father of paternal grandmother, that is FM, F1, is a cognate as female father's mother. Has intervened in between. In the above diagram, F is father of P. F is the father of P. FM is mother of F and paternal grandmother of P. FM, F1 is father of FM. Here, FM, F1 is cognate and P as a female has intervened in between father and mother. So, here we are dealing with a situation where there is no class 1 heir, no class 2 heir, then it goes to agnates and then it goes to cognates, right? That is how the Hindu law relating to inheritance is made. Now, insofar as your examination is concerned, this particular thing becomes little technical. They don't ask you much questions on it. If you go through the last couple of years question paper, they don't ask you much on it. They ask you generally on this particular thing. This is very important for all of you. Okay, this is very important. They ask you about class 1 legal heir and class 2 legal heir insofar as Hindu succession law is concerned. Is that clear? I want each and every one of you to have a look at this particular thing and keep this in your mind. Okay. Now, rules of interstate succession for Hindu female. Now, if a Hindu female dies, Hindu woman dies, interstate without a will, then the property is divided into 5 categories. The first category is husband, son, daughter, children of predeceased son and daughter. So if there is any son who has died, his son or his daughter will get. So that's the first category. The second category is the husband. Okay. So first category is the husband, son, daughter and children of the son. Second category is the legal heirs of the husband. Okay. Now it can be brothers, sisters and all. Third category is father and mother. And the fourth and the fifth category is the legal heir of father and mother respectively. So this is for a Hindu female. So as you see, आप इधर से देख पा रहे हैं कि एक लड़का, if a male, Hindu male dies, then it all remains with the male's family. If the woman who is married to a Hindu man dies, the woman's property goes to the, first it goes to the husband's family and then to the maternal side. Am I clear? This is very important. Now you over here, a lot of people can definitely question that why shouldn't it go to the mother's family? Now the Hindu law is made in such a way that after marriage, the woman is considered to be a part and parcel of the husband's family. And that's why the property that belongs to the Hindu female after marriage is vested with the family of the husband and does not, only under rare circumstances, it goes to her own family. Am I clear? Is that clear? Now let's understand this. A female dies. Who gets this is the first category, husband, son, daughter. If husband, son and daughter is not there, then the husband's mother, husband's father. Husband's father, mother is not there, then husband's father's son's daughter, son's daughter's daughter, husband's brother, husband's sister. And if they are not there, so up to this part is all the husband's family. Only then at the end it goes to the wife's family. Is that clear? If a woman dies, the first three categories are all belonging to the husband's family. And only if none of them are there in the husband's family, it goes to the wife's family at the last instance. Is that clear? Is that clear to all of you? Okay. Now, rules of intestate succession insofar as Muslims are concerned. Now, Muslims, as you know, they believe in the Shariat law. Okay, the Shariat law is the governing rule, law that deals with everything. And there are also a number of religious texts which are embedded insofar as this rule of succession for Muslims are concerned. So there is no codified law for Muslims in the area of inheritance and successions. They are governed by religious text. Now, insofar as the Sunni Muslims are concerned, they are sharers Quranic heirs. Now, there is Quranic heirs, there is agnetic heirs, there is uterine heirs. So, these are the three types of heirs that you see under the Sunni Muslim law. Let's see the shares, the Quranic heir. Shares are allotted their Quranic shares. If something is left behind, it goes to the residuers. Okay, it goes to the residuers. And distant kinders, that is the uterine heir, okay, not entitled to succeed so long as there are shares in the residuary. So there is sharers, there is residuaries, and there is distant kinders. So there are three types. So like in Hindu law, you have class 1, class 2. Over here also, you have class 1, so-called. They are the Quranic heirs. Then is the agnetic heirs, the class 2, you can call them. And the third is the class 3, that is distant kinders or uterine heirs. So the law is first Quranic heirs. It goes to the Quranic heirs, then to the residuaries, and finally to the distant kinders or the uterine heirs. That is all that you need to know. Nothing more, nothing less. Now, one case in which distant kinders will inherit with the sharers, when there is only one sharer, that is wife or husband of the deceased, and no other sharers or residuers exist. Now, this happened in the Shia Muslims. Now, this is further divided into three classes only if there is no child out of a husband and wife. So, the heirs by marriage is husband and wife. The husband dies, it goes to the wife. Wife dies, it goes to the husband. In case, this is also further divided into three classes. I'm sure that, when you get into a law school, when you read about Hindu law, Muslim law, insofar as family law, the inheritance, succession all comes under family law is concerned, only then you get to understand, because these are very, very technical things. And of course, there are share, okay, it's Muslim inheritance is purely mathematics, okay. You have 1/8 plus 1/16 So it goes little in a very mathematical way. So it's, whether it is scientific or not, I'm not getting into that, but it is very, very calculative in nature, the Muslim law of inheritance. Now, as by consanguinity, there, as I said, that there are three classes. Class 1 are parents and children. Class 2 are grandparents, brothers, sisters, and their descendants. And class 3 are parental and maternal uncles, aunts of the deceased, and his parents, grandparents, others. So the first group excludes the second, and the second group excludes the third. So first it goes to parents and children. In case parents and children are not there, then it goes to grandparents, brothers, sisters, their descendants. If they are not present, then it goes to maternal and paternal uncle and aunts of the deceased and his parents, grandparents. So very, very important, first group excludes the second and the second group excludes the third. The claimant in both these categories, that is heirs of consanguinity and heirs by marriage, succeeds together if there are heirs of both these categories. So in this category you will get only if they class 1 and class 2 is not there. Class 2 will get if there is no class 1. Is that clear? Is that clear? So that is some of the most important facets of the law of inheritance. The law of inheritance insofar as Muslim law is concerned. Shamir Shafi, I'll answer your question at the end of the class. Okay. Now, rules for interstate succession under the Indian Succession Act. So, the Hindus are governed under the Hindu Succession Act. Muslims have their own laws, the Shariat law. Now, Indian Succession Act is meant for the Christians and the Parsis. It is not applicable to Hindus and Muslims. Hindus and Muslims, they have their own set of laws. So, Indian Succession Act is for Christians and the Parsis. Now, for the Christians or the Parsis, there are certain rules. Now, onto those who have kindred him. So, the people who have kindred him. Now, let's come to the first things, okay. Number 1 is first preference is given to spouse, the wife or husband. Their legal heirs, son, daughter. Remote legal descendants, sons. If there is no son, no daughter, then uncle, aunt, it goes. Then properties passes to the spouse of the deceased. If the husband has died, it goes to the wife's family. Then it goes to those who have kindred him, those who have helped him in life. Suppose a person has a Christian man has kept someone in for his who has served him, knocker ho sakta hai, the servant, whatever you call it. Then the entire family property goes to his or her spouse, that kindred spouse. Property passes to the lineal descendant of that kindred and all those who have kindred him. Is that clear? So Christian law, first and foremost, husband's property goes to the wife, wife's property goes to the husband, then the son or the daughter, then the remotely descendants of the sons and the daughters or the husband and the wife. Then the property goes to the spouse's family. If there are no one in the spouse's family, then it goes to the person who have kindred, okay, somebody who has helped him, taken care of him, those things. Is that clear? And then to his legal lineage. That is the rule insofar as Christian succession is concerned. Then there is something that's very important called the rule of escheat. Escheat is applicable to all communities. If no legal heir is present, then property goes to the government. Now, this is very important. Suppose there is a person who owns a lot of property and there is no legal heir. No father, mother, brother, sister, uncle, aunt, maternal grandfather, maternal grandmother, nobody is alive in or his vicinity. Then who takes the property? This particular rule was developed so that a property belongs to someone. So if there is no claimant, if there is no first class legal heir, class 1 legal heir, class 2 legal heir, class 3 legal heir, nobody is there, then it goes to the government. The government takes the property. Is that clear? This, they ask you questions on this, the rule of escheats. It means if there is no legal heir to a particular person, to his property, then the rule says that the property goes to the government. Now, let's come to another very important thing that is called testamentary succession under Muslim law. Now, what are the conditions under which a Muslim man can make a will? First, he has to be of sound mind. That means, and he should not be a minor. He should be above 18, should be conscious of what he is saying and what he is doing. No particular form is made, either verbal or in writing. So there is this condition. Any property capable of being transferred which exists at the time of testator's death. So a Muslim man can make any will insofar as the property is concerned which exists. He thereafter can dispose 1/3 of his property left after his funeral expense to his legal heir. Now, one very important thing is that in Muslim law, here is one thing which categorically says that, if a Muslim man dies, the 1.5 gaj का जो जमीन होता है, so a plot of land has to be bought for not for the funeral, for the in a qabristan. That land is to be bought by the money of the deceased. That is what the Muslim law says. He can dispose of 1/3 of the property left after the funeral expenses, after the expenses is over, to his legal heir. Is that clear? So these are the laws relating to testamentary succession under the Muslim law. Is that clear? Now, testamentary succession amongst Hindus, Parsis and Christian, the Indian Succession Act of 1925 primarily deals with all these things. There are the following matters. What are they? Execution of a will, revocation of a will, revival of a will, interpretation of a will, and the grant of probate. One thing that you must remember, that under the Indian law, if a will is made, it has to be executed. Now, how do you execute a will? By going to a civil court and getting a probate. Now, what is a probate? It is a declaration from a court that this will is valid and the real owner of the property after the deceased died goes to Mr. So-and-so as per the will. So grant of probate is a mandatory thing insofar as execution of the will is concerned. Now, how is a will to be executed? Those are, you will be taught in law schools, not now insofar as your class 11th exam is concerned. Now, what is a will? A will says that I, son of so-and-so, daughter of so-and-so, resident of so-and-so, aged so-and-so, is making my final will, and if there exists any other will previously, those are all revoked. And I am in my full sense, I am not under any coercion, and I would like to bequeath my property. Suppose I have a 2 BHK in Delhi, 1 BHK in Calcutta. So I give my 1 BHK to Mr. A, 2 BHK to Mr. B, my car to Mr. C, my bank account to Mr. D. So you can make all these things, okay? Your shares can be given to a person based on a particular will. So this is very, very important. And this is a sample will that we have brought to you for your understanding that what exactly a will is, okay? what exactly a will is. So this is an example of a will, and I'm sure that if you have a good understanding of what a will is, then you will understand what is testamentary. So this is what is a testamentary document. Now, before I go on to the quiz, BYJU'S Exam Prep brings to you a CLAT with BYJU'S Exam Prep. Unlock your 3-day free trial access to all our courses. Go to the description box below. There's a link up there. You can access to all our 3-day trial. Let's start with the quiz. The first question. In the rules of interstate succession for a Hindu female, okay, who falls under the first category? Who falls under the first category? Hindu female, okay, heirs of the husband, children, yes, parents, okay, but this is correct. Grandparents of the descendant, heirs by marriage. The correct answer is option B. Children and parents under Hindu female. If a Hindu female dies, that's the answer. Moving on to the next question. According to the rules of interstate succession, so a person dies without a will, for a Hindu female, what happens if there are heirs in the first and the second category? So in case there are heirs in the first and second category, then first it goes to the first category, class 1 legal heir, and then it goes to the second category. So heirs of the husbands inherit? No. Heirs in the first category inherit and the second category is excluded, right? Parents and children inherit? No. Properties goes to the government by escheat? No. The correct answer is option B again. Insofar as a Hindu female dies interstate, what happens to the property? Moving on to the third question. What is the primary source that governs rules of interstate marriage amongst Muslims? Indian Succession Act, Hindu Succession Act, the Shariat laws, and the religious text? It's a very simple question. I'm sure all of you got it right. Okay. Okay. I'm sure all of you are getting things right. Okay. Moving on to question number 4. Let's see. Question number 4. In interstate succession among Sunni Muslims, who are the most preferred legal heir? Most preferred heir. Descendant kinders, it is only for Christians. Residuaries, no. Shearers, Quranic heirs or uterine heirs. So both are these two are very close. So first comes Quranic heir, and the third comes uterine heirs, if you remember that. So the correct answer is option C. Option C is the correct answer. Is that clear? So this is how you should attempt a particular question. This is how you should be attempting a particular question. Let's read question number 5. In the rules of interstate succession among Shia Muslims, who falls under class 2 heir by consanguinity? Parents and children, class 2, not class 1. Grandparents, brothers and sisters, paternal and maternal uncle and aunts, husband and wife. Tell me. The correct answer is class 2 interstate succession among Shia Muslims. The correct answer is grandparents, brothers and sisters. It is grandparents, brothers and sisters. Okay. Okay. Yes, Samir had a question about Jamia Millia, JMI batch. We will definitely have a special session about Jamia once the exam is close to us. But if you are preparing for Jamia, I'm sure that you can take this CLAT courses, which will give you an in-depth knowledge. And if you can just go through the CLAT course, I'm sure that you will get through Jamia. There is no doubt about it. Okay, BYJU'S Exam Prep brings to you CLAT 2024 crash course on our YouTube platform, where we are going to have 20 plus power-packed live sessions covering all 5 subjects by all faculties, and it is a sure shot to boost your CLAT score. Okay, starting from the 1st of November 2023 on our app as well as on our YouTube channel. BYJU'S Exam Prep also brings to you All India Open Mock CLAT for all of you. Do register. There is a link given in the description box below. This is live between 20th and 29th of October, just a couple of days, 2 days more. We are going to give you video attempts, the strategy for the mock test, video solutions, and your ranking vis-a-vis other students. BYJU'S Exam Prep also brings to you a scholarship test. Get up to 90% scholarship on our preparation program. It is happening on the 29th of October at 11 a.m. Hurry up and register now. BYJU'S Exam Prep brings to you CLAT 2024 test series, wherein we bring to you 55 mock tests, 25 for CLAT, 15 for ALIT, and 15 for other law entrance examination. BYJU'S Exam Prep brings to you CLAT 2024 comprehensive course, 190 hours of live classes, 300 plus recorded videos, 55 mock tests, 10,000 practice question, practice test, study material, doubt resolution, and the CLAT Ignite magazine. Similarly, we have a comprehensive course for CLAT 2025 undergraduate students. So guys, do subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on YouTube, follow us on Instagram, like our Facebook page, join our Telegram channel, and download our app if you haven't by now. With this, we come to the end of this session. Thank you very, very much. Do like and subscribe to our beautiful channel dedicated for CLAT and other law entrance examination aspirants. Thank you. Bye-bye. Good night.